Hello, and welcome to episode 115 of Rivers Arcade Review. My name is Ed. My channel is dedicated to the coin-operated video games of yesteryear. Today I'll be reviewing a game from my past, Rip-Off. Rip-Off was released in 1980 by Cinematronics. My first time playing this game was at Laredo Lanes in Chicago, Illinois. Rip-Off is a shooter game in which you control your tank with 4 buttons, 2 for left and right movement, 1 to move forward, and 1 to fire. You need to destroy a constant invasion of enemy robots that are trying to steal your fuel canisters that are in the middle of the playfield. The game begins with your tank at the right side of the playfield and will move approximately the length of your tank before stopping. Your tank will begin approximately 2/5 of the way up from the bottom of the screen. There will be a number of triangular shaped fuel canisters in the center of the playfield. There will be either 4, 8, 12, or 16 canisters at the beginning of the game based on management settings, although 8 is the default setting. After your tank appears, the enemies will begin appearing. Enemies will begin attacking 2 at a time. These enemies will attempt to grab your fuel canisters. In addition to grabbing your canisters, they will also fire lasers at your tank trying to destroy it, making it easier for them to steal your canisters. When the enemies attack, there will be a low beeping sound. As the enemies grab up your canisters, the beeping will become faster. Unlike games at the time, you will have an unlimited supply of tanks. If one of your tanks is destroyed, it will reappear at the original starting point. Even though you have an unlimited supply of tanks, you still need to be cautious because if one of your tanks is destroyed, it will not return on screen for approximately 1¼ seconds. There will be 6 different enemies in all. Each of these enemies will be harder and faster, although the harder enemies will be worth more points. After each wave of attack, the next set of harder enemies will appear. Once you defeat the 6th set of enemies, the first type of enemies will return, although at a slightly harder difficulty, but you will earn more points each time you pass the 6th enemy set. In addition to being faster, there will be 3 enemies attacking at a time instead of 2. From this point forward, there will be 3 enemies attacking at a time. This game also offers a 2-player mode. During the 2-player mode, both players will play at the same time. The second player's tank will appear from the left side of the screen of the playfield approximately 2/5 of the way down. This tank will also advance the length of itself before stopping. The gameplay for 2-player mode will differ slightly from the single-player mode. The first difference is that the enemies will attack in groups of 3 instead of 2. In addition to having more enemies attacking, each type of enemy will attack in 2 ways before the harder enemy will begin attacking. There are 2 different types of 2-player modes based on management settings. The first mode will be 2-player singular, in which each player will score for themselves. The second mode will be the cooperation mode. During this mode, both players will play together and will have a combined score. The game will end when your last fuel tank is taken by an enemy, no matter how many players are playing. Scoring for the game is as follows. You'll earn 10 points for the first enemy you face, 20 points for the second enemy you face, 30 points for the third enemy you face, 40 points for the fourth enemy you face, 50 points for the fifth enemy you face, and 60 points for the sixth enemy you'll face. After clearing the last attack on the 60-point enemies, you'll get a bonus of 10 points per enemy, and this bonus will increase 10 points every time you defeat the 60-point enemies. I really wasn't a fan of this game and wouldn't recommend playing it unless on an emulator. I like this game more than Invader's Revenge, but not as much as Peggle, so Rip-Off shoots its way into the 108th position overall. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any games you'd like me to review, please leave a message below or on my homepage. Please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to new videos every Sunday.